Hello everyone, welcome to NFC at Home. I'm Chason, a Regional Director for National Fitness Center in Court South, a certified personal trainer and group fitness master trainer. Today NFC is going to share with you a lower body toning workout. And the great thing about this workout is it takes little to no equipment because it primarily consists of only squats and lunges. So let's get started. Our first movement is going to be a basic squat. Feet are about hip width apart. Go ahead and sit your hips back and down, and then rise. Our knees are behind our toes. We're pushing our body weight into our heels so that our foot can remain flat. And every time we rise, we're going to squeeze the glute muscles. Now the range of motion is up to you, depending on how comfortable you feel doing a basic squat and depending on your hip mobility. So you can always feel free to take a small range or a deeper range. Now, let's see if you can get about 10 to 12 reps of that basic squat. Maybe take a short little break and then complete about another 10 to 12 reps. If you want to make it more challenging, do the 10 to 12 reps again for a third time through. Now, we're going to make that basic squat a little bit more challenging. We're going to do a bottom half pulse. So again, feet are hip width apart. Sit your hips back and down. When you get to your lowest range, you're going to come up just a little bit, drop back down to your low range, and then rise. This is your bottom half pulse. Sometimes it's referred to as a 1.5 squat. Still the same alignment. Neutral, long spine, just like you did with your basic squat. But squat pulses have more isolated activation of your quadricep muscles. This movement pattern is also going to help you strengthen the muscles around your knee. So see if you can really challenge yourself with 10 to 12 reps and maybe do it again for another cycle or two. Your next movement pattern is going to be an alternating heel touch. So we're going to begin by shifting your weight onto one foot only. Go ahead and extend your arm out because it's going to help you balance a little bit more easily. As you do a one-legged squat, take your opposite hand and reach down towards your heel. Opposite hand to opposite foot. This is a great balance challenge. Now another alternate option here is to go ahead and place your foot down on the floor for more stability and then do the same squat. So you still have your weight shifted over to one leg. Or you can feel free to leave the knee lifted to do the alternating heel touch. Finding that balance is really helping to strengthen your core. And strengthening your core is proven to help correct incorrect posture. For some, this also provides a relief for lower back pain. So after you do one side, be sure to go ahead and get the other side, same amount of reps through. Your next movement is a basic lunge position. Start off with feet hip width apart. Take one foot back behind you, lunge down, and come back up. In a lunge position, your back heel should always remain lifted. When you drop down, you want your front knee behind your toes. When you're rising up, push that front heel down through the floor. I'll show you the side view. For a range of motion, it would be great if we can get both knees at about 90 degrees. But it's okay if we don't feel comfortable to find that deep range yet, because we can always make it smaller. Demi lunge. So now we're going to combine that lunge that we just learned with a lateral lunge, also known as a side lunge. So you'll take one leg back behind you, a rear stepping lunge, take that leg that went behind you, step out to the side to a lateral lunge. A rear stepping lunge to a lateral lunge. Chest is lifted the entire time. So we're making this a combination, putting two movement patterns together. Strengthening the quads, glutes, inner leg, and outer leg. You're going to want to try to get those 10 to 12 reps in, then go ahead and switch to the other side. If you feel comfortable enough with it, do that again on both sides. Your next movement is a pendulum lunge. So for this one, you're going to want to have just a little bit of space so you can move your body forward to backward. It's a basic lunge like you learned earlier, so step one foot in front of you, both knees at 90 degrees. But reach your arms underneath of that front leg, clasp the hands. Then step forward and do it again. Now step backward. You're challenging your strength, balance, and coordination. You're also applying more pressure on one set of muscles at a time. So you want to see if you can move forward to backward in whatever space you have at home around you. The next one is a sprinter lunge. So we're going to pretend that we're track runners right now. You're going to put one leg back behind you. Reach down towards the ground like you're getting ready to sprint. Drive that back leg and knee upward. Go back down. If you want to add that little hop, that would be great. Down and up. Down and up. Try to use your arms as much as possible because the more you use your arms, the more calories you're going to burn. Targeting the gluteus maximus, hamstrings, quads, soleus, and your core strength. Now you can tell that that one lifted your heart rate just a little bit. So that's always great for our strength workouts. Remember, try to get both sides. Your next movement today, we're going to slow it down. It's the lunge to knee lift. So take one leg back behind you, do a basic lunge, take that back leg, find your balance, and lift your knee. Down and up. Down and up. Using balance and control. Find the tension in your core and in your hips and legs. This strength is stemming from all of your core stability. After you've done your 10 to 12 reps on one leg, be sure to do the same thing on the other leg. Up next, lunge to a one-legged deadlift. So you're going to take one leg back behind you, do your lunge, and then when you stand up, take that leg, lift it up behind you, tilt forward from the hips. Practice that hip hinge. We're going to do it again. One lunge to a single leg deadlift. Working the entire lower body. This combination is going to improve your movement mechanics. You're targeting your posterior chain, the glutes, and the hamstrings. Now to make a movement pattern like this more difficult, you can always hold on to dumbbells or kettlebells as you do that movement. But it's always important to focus on muscle engagement. So try not to rush the movement. Be sure to complete that on both sides. We have two more left. We have a curtsey lunge up next. Feet about hip width apart. Take one foot back behind you so your feet feel like they're crossing over. Bend both knees. Remember, back heel should be off the ground, and then stand. Down and up. You can leave your back foot behind you the entire time, or you can take the back leg and swing it out to the side. Down and up. That front knee is still in line with our front toes. Our chest is still lifted to promote great posture. You're putting emphasis on all three glute muscles, the maximus, medius, and minimus. Remember that golden rule, what you do on one side, you must do on the other side. Okay, now we finally made it to our last exercise for today. Now for this one, I'm going to use a prop or a piece of equipment. I'm going to choose to use a chair. If you're doing this at home and you want to use a chair, find something that's really sturdy and safe for you so that you won't fall down. Maybe even a small step, or if you have stairs, put your foot on the bottom of your stairs or a tiny ottoman, but something that is sturdy and safe so you don't hurt yourself. What you're going to do is take one foot, put it on top of a chair. Make sure you take a nice step away. Leave your chest lifted. You're going to perform a lunge down and then up. This is called a Bulgarian split squat. So it looks a little bit like a lunge, but you have one foot up on something higher behind you. The reason why I love this split squat variation of a lunge is because it gives you a better range of motion. you're overloading the quads and the glutes. But since it requires balance too, you're also recruiting your stabilizer muscles. So the great thing is we're building strength in our core as well. Utilize balance and knee strength. The other great thing about this split lunge is that it reduces muscle imbalance. So you can really find out more easily by doing an exercise like that which leg is stronger than the other. We really hope that you enjoyed this lower body toning workout today. So thanks so much for joining us, and remember, NFC is committed to a better you.